Hello, my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 1 and June 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marchetti. So, I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So my dear Pisces, we have Neptune in your sign squaring the sun during this period, and also the full moon that will be on the 9th of June, full moon in Sagittarius. Wow. Full moon in Sagittarius. We have the star here and Queen of Swords and Five of Swords. So some of you might have to deal with a air sign or a person, or you might need to use your words maybe in some kind of battle that you are fighting together with the divine, or you might have to deal with difficult people. It's something with the sun opposing Neptune, squaring Neptune. Yeah, squaring the sun. Yeah, and the full moon. So it might be that things that you really didn't want to see is going to be revealed. Something is going to be shown to you. So I also want to take the chance to tell you that Mars will transit from Gemini to Cancer June 1st, opposing Saturn, going retrograde in Sagittarius. Venus will move from Aries to Taurus during this period, triangling Saturn, and will have a sextile connection to Mars during this time. Also, Mercury moves from Taurus to Gemini. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Pisces, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the first part of June 2017, but whenever you watch this, is probably the exact right time to see it. You can also watch it several times during the period. Maybe you will get to understand more and more during as the time flies. So the first card for you is the wheel. It's number 10, and it's Wheel of Fortune. So you have this card, you also have the star card coming. So it's something astrological going on with you that's really significant. With 10, the wheel, we have Jupiter actually moving retrograde in Libra until June 10. And the wheel here is about karma. It's something that you are going to have a second chance, or you have had a second chance with something. For some of you watching in May, this might still go on. This might still be a energy affecting you. The wheel is usually revolution, like something, an imbalance wants to fix itself often. We can see it like this. Sometimes in a love relationship, for example, it's always one that loves the other one the more. But one day that person wakes up and feels like they have been giving a little bit too much. So they take a step back, and that's the revolution. And the other person needs to start to take responsibility for the relationship or the thing that's going, or the thing will turn to sand. The gold will turn to sand. With a wheel, it can be any kind of situation, but it's that kind of revolution. It's not the French Revolution. It's more like things are changing, shifting between people, shifting in circumstances. Circumstances shifts. And it's also giving you a second chance to look closer into a certain situation again. We all have this kind of karma, things we really weren't able to deal with them the earlier time they have come up in our life. Maybe we were too scared to say goodbye to someone in abusive relationship. Maybe we were too scared to take a chance. Maybe we were too scared to jump onto an opportunity or try something new, and we regret it. And so you can look at back an earlier situation where you have been in similar situation as you sorry would have been in now, and see how you wish you would have done those things those times, because it's like reliving the same nightmare over and over again, and you always have to adjust some little bit, and eventually you will be able to find the exit door by your own actions. You're doing something that releases you from this karma. You're doing something brave, something new, something that's not really like you. You are taking yourself out of the cage of karma. While this, and you then it was like the nightmare were never there, and you can keep on dreaming other stuff. And it's the same in your daydream, like the real life that we are living, and we live the same nightmare sometimes over and over and over again, and we always need to shift our behavior in that situation until we find the key to the door that will lead us to the next circle of life, because life is going in circles like this. And whenever you are being granted this chance to resolve the karma, and you are actually able to, you will go up to the next level. So the wheel is a card of luck. You can really get the chances to change your life around, throw your circumstances around, try something new. And you also have justice here. So justice is it's Libra. We have, as I said, Jupiter moving retrograde in Libra, revealing all imbalances in your life and in your relationship. And people are sometimes very, they are a bit childish. They think that justice will come to them, that life will bring them justice. But it's not like this. You need to give yourself justice. And I don't mean revenge. I mean taking responsibility for yourself, to not be a victim, to step out of those situations. You won't be able to create balance if you stay and enable kind of perpetrators to victimize you. You need to change that situation. It's up to you to grow up and take that responsibility and say no, and this is how it's going to be from now on. This is how I'm reacting to this situation, and this is what I'm requiring of you. And it might be the need of leaving a relationship, a work, or another situation that doesn't really give you what you want, and it's like a second chance to. The justice is a very strict card. It says like, what have you learned up to now? If you have learned a thing that you need to pass through here, I will let you pass. But if you haven't, there will be another round of this. So try to keep your mind sharp and clear, and try to find out what it is that's requested from you. What are you supposed to do different? You can also ask your friends and past lovers and past like co-workers or your past boss at work, and ask them like, what do you think were like my good qualities and my bad qualities? What could I have done better? What's the thing I need to work with? And ask them to be as honest as possible. So maybe you will get some important clues to what it is that you need to keep your eyes open for. It might be like personality traits that you have because you are maybe protecting some kind of wound. It can be so many different things. It can be whatever. We want to be generous and warm and loving and caring, but sometimes we are not really succeeding with this, and people on the outside can much more easily see where we are going wrong. So ask them, and really ask them to explain also for you, because sometimes we have a little bit difficult to see those things because we have hidden them for ourselves. But this is a very clear-cut situation where you are being able to do something grand, and it's about balance, it's about justice, it's about giving and receiving and making equality. Okay, the next card is the Three of Swords. So this is probably why you have this this repeating thing in your life. It's a wound that you have that wants to be healed. So that's why you are meeting this situation over and over again. And we can wonder sometimes. We have situations of children being abused and growing up and going into abusive relationships. Why is that? Why are we supposed to have it like that? Why should a person that already abused meet this abusive pattern again and again and again? It's really, you can think that it's really stupid, and it might be, but we don't make the rules. The rules are such that if you have a wound somewhere, you are going to mirror this wound in your surrounding. You are going to see it again and again, the same people doing the same thing towards you, until you give yourself justice, and until you are deciding like, well, this really hurts, I'm not going to allow this to happen anymore. Then you have given yourself justice. For many people, we are kind of domesticated or almost imprinted to love people that are abusive, because humanity has a lot of karma going through, like social karma, the same thing going through generation after generation, and the things that your mother and father or caretakers weren't able to resolve within their lifetime, or even if they're still alive, they might not have been able to resolve it. It's up on your shoulders to resolve it, unfortunately. So the best you can do for your children is to to dig deep and learn so much you can about yourself and your wounds and your habits and your patterns and projections, and deal with as many as possible, because if you do, you will heal also your children, and they won't have to deal with the same kind of stupid things that you have been going in a merry-go-round to do with. And if you find yourself in this kind of abusive pattern, where you let yourself be abused again and again, it can be that you are so used to this kind of behavior that you take it for love. And when you see a person that has the same qualities that the one had that hurt you the first time, you will think that you love this person, and you will feel very attracted. And that's how it is arranged for you to be able to meet this same kind of situation again and do something different. Actually part with yourself this time, and not with the perpetrator. It can be very hard, because all you want is the love from that person, but all you have to do is give that love to yourself, and to take away the split. It's like you have a split here within you, where you think that you are not good enough, and you think that it was your fault, and you are the one to blame, and if you do something better, this person will actually love you. The problem is that if you meet a person that has the same kind of pattern as the first perpetrator, they are still perpetrators. They are still going to do the same thing. They still enjoy hurting you. So it's not personally, you can't change them into loving you. What you can do is change yourself into loving you, and take a better decision this time, even though it scares you and you don't want to be left with the feelings of abandonment or other things when the situation is repeating itself again. It doesn't have to be abandonment. We have so many. Sometimes people invade our personal space and wants to tell us all the things that this and this and this is how you should live your life. So this might be the pattern that we have. It can be it's a big variation of pain that we can have attracted during our lives. So here you have a 2 of coins. So this is when you need step by step to free yourself from this karma. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. And the most you are most scared of is your own emotions. If you actually are to start to take yourself away from that karma, it will be like a rubber band of tension building up. And you're going to be very scared. But this is like taking baby steps. It's Capricorn in Jupiter. You need to give yourself the strength and the foundation to take yourself out of there. So try baby steps. If you have a problem of maybe tying your bonds together with someone because you have had people invading your personal space, your whole life. Try to like make some kind of plans or some kind of attachment to that person, and go through with it, even though it's scary. This is for you that have problems with attaching to people. And if you're very in the other way around, maybe I take this extremes. There's so many different variables. You have to see that this is a general reading and make up your mind for what's your problem. And as I said, ask the people around you. So if you have, on the other hand, abandonment issues, start to put your attention on different places of your life, not only this thing that's triggering your pain and abandonment. Start with hobbies, go on courses, travel, meet your friends, go put energy into your career, whatever it is that's not working. If you have problems in the romantic department, you can put energy on the other places as well, so you have more to build on, like building a strong foundation for yourself. Two of coins doesn't really have any foundation now at all. It's very emotional. It's like you're being thrown with the waves of emotions, and that's because you're still trapped in this karma, and it's having its way with you, and you are so hopeful that if you just try this one other time, it will work, and you will find bliss and happiness. But it's not going to work that way. Bit by bit, you need to change your own approach to the situation. And also Capricorn, this with stability, foundation. Build your own foundation brick by brick, and become more brave. Try small things of the things you really are so scared of doing. Maybe telling a person the truth, or doing something in your own way, or approaching a person with love. Show interest to other people. Do it like a little, with small amount, and eventually you won't be so scared anymore. And here we have a Queen of Cups. That's probably you. It's usually Cancer, but it's a feminine water sign, so feminine Pisces. It's about the divine feminine. It's about nurturing your connection with your feelings, because this is where it needs to be healed. You are afraid of your feelings, and that's why you can't take yourself out of a difficult situation and just see it repeats and repeats and repeats again and again, because you're afraid of your feelings. But if you will befriend your feelings and get closer to them with this step by step, and giving stability to them, like giving the okay sign, like, okay, you are my feelings, I hear you, I listen to your messages, and I'm here, and I'm not seeing you as pain anymore. I'm seeing you as messengers, just this. And you don't have to be tossed around by those emotions. This is like being very, very dramatic, actually. Here with the Three of Swords and the Two of Coins and Queen of Cups, you might easily be thrown up and down in your emotion from time to time. It's like going with the moon's phases, and one day you wake up angry, and the next time sad, and then you're really happy, and so you're on this emotional roller coaster. So enjoy the ride with this. Just be in your emotion. Just accept them for what they are at the time. But also with the Justice card, I would advise you, and the Two of Coins here, to try to find some a grown-up aspect within you that can make you grounded, like that whatever happens is okay, that you can deal with this. You are relaxed enough, strong enough, mature enough to be able to deal with whatever your emotions presents. Okay, so this was in the past, and we will look at what's happening in the now here in the beginning of June. So the first card is another 10. You have 10 of Wands here, and this is 10, the Wheel. So it's coming really, really strong energies to you, to your sign, and it seems to be linked to especially Libra and Jupiter. Big emotions, big energy coming to you. This is like it's your soul wants to come through here, and it will hurt. It's like evolution, just before our eyes. Your body system, your whole body system is going to change. You might start to crave new foods. You might start to get sick to your stomach by the old food you are eating. You might have food cravings or foods making you nauseous. You might have extreme headaches. You might have other problems, but it's not something physical wrong with you either. That it's just very big energies that reaching you right now that may knock you out of your socks. And we see this person is very like thrown to the ground and just crawling their way ahead, and it's because this energy is far too strong for you. But if you just send out the red carpet and let whatever happens, let the stomach ache has its toll with you, let the headache has its toll with you, the back pain, whatever pain you have, just ride with it like this roller coaster, because it's changing your whole body system. It's making you being tolerant to accepting higher energy. But this with food may be important. Try to eat more healthy and more light food, not still more green, more from the vegetable round can be very good for you, and juices and different liquid foods during this period, so it will be more easy for your system. So 10 of Wands is also, you don't want this to happen. You don't want to have those feelings. You don't want to have this headache, stomach, whatever that comes to you. But don't resist it. Try to not resist it, because it's coming, and it just wants to pass through you and kind of clean you out. So just let it happen. Whatever happens, let it happen. You don't have control in this situation. It's a higher power having control here in your life and sending this energy to you that's totally, it's too strong. Okay, so it's going to be very uncomfortable, but it's for a good cause, so you don't have to worry. It's nothing, it's your soul here. It's like you're upgrading your body for your soul to enter here, so it's going to be good in the end, but it's going to feel not so nice. You might be having problems with light in your eyes. Have a sun hat on, sunglasses. Also, sunlight to your skin might be a problem. Try to cover yourself a little bit. Be out in the sun, because it's going to upgrade you even better. But when you already have this amount of energy, I would be careful also with being too much exposed to the sun. Because it seems to come to you anyway, so you don't have to increase the amount of energy here. The next card for you is Three of Wands. So this is when it's lightening up a little bit. Three of Wands is when your ship comes in. Justice is coming into you. You are finding out, it's like I feel this sense of relief. I feel this sense of I was right all along, and it's almost like tears coming up, because it's such a relief to find out that there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, you are supposed to align totally with yourself. You are supposed to believe in yourself. You are supposed to communicate your truth. You are supposed to not compromise with who you are. You are supposed to be your true self. This is your soul wants to come in here, and for it to come in, you need to love yourself and align with yourself and not have any resistance towards yourself anymore. So just start to love everything about you. Some Cancer person said becoming your best friend, and I think that was really nicely put. And you have the threes here, Three of Wands and Three of Swords. I see them really often in the spreads right now. So I think it's about not having like the pain as joke upon you anymore, but actually seeing that it wants to tell you something that's actually helpful about you. It's not your enemy, it's your friend. It wants you to see that you are not supposed to resist yourself or to split yourself in so many different pieces. You're supposed to align with yourself and become yourself and nurture yourself. And so the wound is just information to you that you're going in the wrong direction. It shouldn't hurt, it shouldn't be so painful. With love and closeness and creativity and everything. It's when there's a lot of pain, you need to start to listen to yourself and kind of see the situation with the eyes of truth, acknowledging what's there. And things might be like not in the way that you want them to be, but at least you know what you have to deal with. So try to do reality checks. Where are you fooling yourself? Next card is the Devil, and it's crowned with the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. So the Devil is this shadow I was talking about with. You can ask your friends what's your good and bad qualities, so you will know, because the bad qualities, it might be where you have your wound, and the good qualities, sometimes we hide those too, because we don't want to have envy upon us, or people thinking we are smug, or people being scared of our strength and not wanting to be with us of that reason. This is a time when we really need to come home to ourselves, so you need to find out what you all are all about. It can be needs that you have pushed back and pretend like, well, I don't need this, I can live without it, because if I need it, I need other people, and other people doesn't want to give this to me, so it's in a conflict. The Devil is all the things with you that you have said no to, both needs and personality traits, and so all other people can still see those shadows within you. They are just coming out in very distorted ways. So that's why I wanted to ask others, because it's hard to see this with yourself. You can see this in others, and that's also a wonderful way to mirror yourself, because what you hate in others is probably the shadow that you carry around yourself. For example, a person that's very well organized and like perfectionist might really hate lazy people. People that's unorganized and can't do things in the right kind of way. So your shadow is probably that you need to rest. Your body has a big craving for resting. We can see this with the Ten of Wands as well. It's something where you're pushing yourself because you want to be a good person. You want to contribute with something here. So your body is never able to rest, truly rest. You're always a bit restless. This can be one thing. It can be another thing. Also, you are being scared about people having a high voice, or like being angry easily. It's because you have hidden your own ability to become angry or strengthen your voice. So look at take the most annoying person or animal you know, and write a story about how awful they are, and then turn this and write this about you, and you will find out that you are doing the same thing in different situations, not maybe in the same that this animal or person did, but so you might have, for example, a lover that's being very like needy towards you, and you think that this is very it's so strangling, you hate this, and then you write all this up, how needy this person is, and then when you turn it around, you will see that this is how you act towards your siblings, for example, or your best friend, or people at work. So it's very interesting. It's this exercise comes from Byron Katie, The Work it's called. It's really, really good. And here you have an Ace of Swords. So this is when you start to see your shadow, when the light shines through and you do this reality check. Sometimes you need to do the reality check, maybe in a relationship, again, that might be abusive, that you will see finally the truth of this without your pink glasses, and hope might go away like mist in the morning. So that might be why you haven't want to see this reality, because you wanted to keep hope that things would change. But things can't change as long as you don't see the truth. When you start seeing the truth, that's when real change can occur. And this is birds of prey, being able to see things from a higher altitude. It's eagles, so it's about the big spirit. It's about becoming your own soul and not having this frog perspective of a human being, but actually more the angel perspective, seeing the truth, the cold hard truth, and then start doing something about it. With the Ace of Swords, it's like blood, sweat, and tears, victory at last. So you need to really put some light into this devilish situation. See what's going on. It might be that you need to start to communicate also in more truthful ways, to really say what you're feeling and what's on your mind, and say those things that you have been like choked up and haven't been able to say. It's time to start saying them. You don't have to say everything at once. Start with small things, and all those small things will also have very big impact. Some of you will erupt like volcanoes here with truth, and that's okay too. But for those of us being more scared and step-by-step people, it could be a good way to just try things out before you do the grand finale and throw people out of your life, or give them the truthful word about what you wanted to say all along, and they will hear everything in a split second of a day. And you know, you can't take back the words that are said. So I want you to be very truthful, but you can give this out in portions, and people can have time to get used to it, and they might even change in the way that you want them to when you are better on explaining who you really are. But you need to give them this chance. You can't just throw it at them like a big garbage trunk and just because most people can't really handle that. The next card is the Temperance card. So you have both the angel and the devil here. So this might be in a love relationship, because you have duality here in many aspects, and it's also like working together with the divine on this relationship, synchronicity. Queen of Cups, it might be someone you have very great love for, or they have a great love for you. You might also be feeling, for some of you it will be unrequited love here. So the devil and the angel meeting here. So this is the time in our lives when we meet a person, and first everything is so fine, and then the real work begins with starting to seeing the truth and start to mirror yourself in the other person to see your shadow. So it seems like there's a lot of shadow work going on. Look very truthfully on the other person, and the things that you think they are doing wrong, better yourself on those things, or give yourself the ability to be in that way, because sometimes we can have a person like being very needy. Maybe you have problems showing that you need people. You can have people giving you like the silent treatment. Maybe you need to give people the silent treatment. Lazy people, maybe you need to be lazy. But it's also this, if you are thinking that the other person doesn't give you love, unrequited love, look where you are not giving the love. To who are you acting in the same way towards? So this is like twisting and turning all those mirrors around, so you can really see yourself from every angle. It's not about judgment. It's just about clarity, to see things clear, so you can be able to start to work with because all those traits with you that you have, you can use them for good things or for bad things. So you're supposed to be everything. It's just that when you're aware of who you are able to use your good or bad things in the right situations. Being able to be strong when needed, being able to be vulnerable when needed, being able to put boundaries when needed, being able to rest when your body requires, being able to work really hard when a project is supposed to be finished, and all those things. So it's a variety. It's like starting to see yourself truthfully and finding your strengths, different strengths. Vulnerability is also a strength. And know when to start using them in the right kind of situation. So you might have to be like having a very grown-up aspect of yourself, being like the diplomat for the more undeveloped aspects, the one that you have thrown in the basement when they were very young, and they're coming up and still being like the same 3-year-old or teenager or whatever. So you can have like a person that's being the spokesperson for them and saying, well, I'm really disappointed right now, instead of crying your eyes out and storming out the door. So it's a different way to act upon your own feelings. And you choose this way to act all the time. So this is the future. So you have a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups. So I think we have a love relationship here, or people being very close and like having this connection, but they are very far apart like this. So there might be some distance because maybe you see the other person as your enemy instead of knowing that they are just there as a perpetrator or as a victim or a codependent, just to show you what you have dormant inside yourself. So they are not there to torture you. They are there to wake you and see both wounds within you. If you have been wounded by someone, you will wound yourself in the same way over and over again with the same type of people. So they are only here to show you that, so you can end this pattern. But there's love here, and it might be that someone is trying to do a revolution here. They might flee from the scene and also maybe cut off the communication. But I don't think this is going to go on for long, because we have this trait with the threes, and three always want to fix things. It's the divine feminine. It's always want to grow and fix things. It doesn't want to stay like in this never-ending state of the same, immortal. It wants to be like living and breathing and running its course. So okay, the next card here is the Queen of Swords, and it comes very suitable underneath the Justice card. That's Libra, and this is Libra. So for some of you, there might be a Libra person in your life, but we also have a lot of things going on with Libra right now, with this balance. Like, you need to stand up for your own truth, and what's going to make you happy. You need to align with that and not compromise with half truths. Like, okay, I have this girl that I love, but she is not loving me back, so at least I have this relationship. That's a bad compromise. Also, this is about talking truthfully and communicating yourself in loving, winning ways so other people can understand you. She's a bit shy with talking her truth, but she needs to really do this. And in loving, kind ways, because the Queen of Swords, she's holding on until she can't really keep her mouth shut anymore, and it comes out in very mean and distorted ways. So it's much better if you can start with small words like, I feel sad. So you don't have to take it all at once, not the whole garbage bin over someone's head. So we also have the Queen of Swords in a very unfamiliar way here with the Devil and the Two of Coins. So Capricorn, and this unbalance, and Queen of Swords bringing the balance. So I think to create a more stable future for yourself, you need to start seeing the truth. There's no option here. Where are you having your illusions? Where are you seeing the world in more like beautiful colors, trying to like decorate and make something that's really ugly beautiful? For some of you, it might be being in love with the wrong person, being addictive to the wrong kind of people, staying and making this like painting it in beautiful colors just to not see the ugliness. Try to see the truth here. The truth will set you free. You will be able to make better decision. It's this with, I think you're compromising yourself, maybe because you think that you're not worth this, what you want to have. But of course you are. You are everything that you want. It wants you. It just wants to come to you. As long as you don't think that you deserve it, it will have problem approaching you. But when you start to feel like, well, I'm good enough and I love myself, and I'm going to work until I have this, what I want. That's a very cool and calm way to approach your life. So next card here is Five of Swords. So I think some of you, or you yourself, are acting really devilish in a situation, like very abusive and hurtful towards other people. And you might have someone like this in your life, and that's why you need to become the Queen of Swords. I think those cards came when I shuffled as well. We had a star card, so it's like the divine is trying to tell you something. So if you have a really like like a really difficult person in your life, almost narcissistic person in your life. It might be that you have been living with those kind of people all your life, and now it's time to step up your own game. This is about not being this victim anymore, just going with the flow of the wherever the waves are taking you. And well, that was too bad that they did this towards me. I feel very betrayed. Well, don't let them betray you. Really look at the relationship in your life. It can be really good to write up the closest people that you have in your life and write down the personality traits. Take kind and then write kind in every, like underneath every person that you think is kind. Generous, underneath every person that you think are generous. Warm, loving, caring, cold, abusive, angry, unreachable, deserting. Like, write this and check what people should really be in your life and which shouldn't. And also you can turn the table and see towards whom are you acting in the same way, and can you better your ways. If you yourself know that you are not so generous, you're cold, detached, far away in some relationship, maybe with your kids or co-workers or against your parents or whatever, try to change your ways. Try to do something in better ways, because this is going to heal you. You are acting in cruel ways towards people without even notice it, because you don't care. It's like your emotions are being shut off, and this is, it's tracing back to where you're hurt. You can't really see how you are treating another person, and the perpetrator can't see how they are treating you, because they have turned off their emotions, because this is where they are hurt and they can't feel the pain. They don't want to feel it. So when you start to change your behavior in situations where you are acting like the perpetrator or the dysfunctional one or the one that doesn't care, you will put on the cranes too. The water starts running. It will hurt. Yes, it will hurt. It will feel uncomfortable. You might have trouble breathing and other things, but don't mind that. It's just it just wants to come clean here. It just wants to, the water wants to flow through and heal you. So really do this exercise. As soon as I'm finished talking here, do this exercise with the people in your life. The next card is Judgment. So Judgment is a really beautiful card, and you have it together with the Justice and the Devil here. So without this perpetrator, you being the perpetrator or being experienced perpetrator in your life, you wouldn't, it's like only by direct experience you can learn this. You can see this. So you meet the same kind of abusive people again and again until you get it, until you see it, until you start acting like a victim or acting like a perpetrator and stepping up your game, becoming more aware, more awake. This is how life teaches us everything. It's by challenging us with what we need to be challenged with. And in this second here, you are seeing this. You are becoming aware. You are having this clear judgment. And finally, you can release your lost soul parts and give them the justice that they need. Because from now on, you will see, you understand everything. It's like you see, this is why I let myself be treated in this way. This is why I'm so cold and detached to that person. This is why I'm thinking that I'm lazy, or why I need to work things into perfection. Beautifully, everything falls into place. But it only does so through direct experience. So you needed to have this experience to be able to see it. Without it, you would remain unconscious about all those things. But now you aren't. You are conscious. Here you see this roller coaster that you're at, and you know when you are going, like getting your reward and then going down to kind of hell again and then getting your reward. For some of you, you will be in those addictive relationship, deeply addictive relationship, where both are addicted about one another. Maybe you are really mirror each other, like the angel and the devil here. Your demons play so really well with one another. So it might be hard cut that addiction, and you don't have to. What you need to do is start seeing it. Just start to seeing it and not engage in the drama anymore. When a person is like, maybe they have called out to make an appointment to meet you, and then they say, in that day they say, well, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'm going to do this and this. And you feel like, well, they never care about me. They don't care. So what you do now instead is to say, so that's okay. I will find something else to do. And then you really do it. You don't stay and soak about this. Get on with your life without this person that's always turning you down. They do so because they want to steal your energy. They want to see you humiliated, because themselves has been so humiliated during their lifetime. So they are stealing this energy from you. What you need to do is to not steal energy from anyone or anybody. You just become non-reactive, non-dramatic. You don't control other people. You don't take things personally, and you just grow up and you download your soul's energy instead. You don't have to steal energy from others. You can have direct contact with your soul and be like full of energy and love and light and happiness all the time, or at least this balance and stillness that the Queen of Swords and Justice, even in the most hard situation, you can become very leveled and not like going like this with a roller coaster. It's their drama. Leave it up to them. Don't react. Don't become, just be nice and say, yes, okay, well, whatever, I'll do something else. But then next time, if they have been letting you down like 3 times in a row, don't book anymore appointments with them. Say, no, I know how this is going to end. You are going to get something else to do, and well, I really want my weekend to be like sorted, so I'm going to book with someone that I can actually trust. It's not about you. I understand that you forget this, but it's my time and I value it. So can be very grown up here. Okay, so we have a 6 of Wands here. That's Leo in Jupiter. So Jupiter seems to be very big. It's giving you chances now. It's giving you lucky strikes. You are very taken care of here and right now. We also have the North Node going into Leo. So this is talking about becoming your true self and standing by yourself. This is also win-win communication. So you can see now that the perpetrator, they are hurting as well as you. But you don't have to feel sorry for them. You just need to change your ways, and hopefully this will spread like rings on water, so they themselves will be able to take like care of themselves and their own life and change certain things. But it's not up to you. You do this work with you, and others will follow. The one that's ready will follow. And the one that's not, they are still going to stay in unconsciousness, and it's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault, and it's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to try to make win-win situation for every person in your life. Try to make the best out of every situation. So this is your temple. Your soul is going in it. Your emotions, Neptune here is being held high in victory. Honesty and glory. It's like you, this is known feelings. You know yourself now. You have seen the truth. So you don't have to think anymore about this. You can be the truth. Sometimes it's hard. You need to tolerate the consequences of unconscious people. Continue down on a bad road, and your road might split, because when you have become this aware, you can't really stay in those dramas and conflicts anymore. So you're going to lose friends by this, but those friends might need to lose you during this time, so they can also become aware. Because for some of you it will have been that you have spoiled people around you by always taking care of them and always trying to see their point of view and catching them when they fall, even though they never catch you. So now that's time is kind of over, because it's beneath your consciousness to be a victim now. It's not going to help anyone, and not to victimize other people either. So okay, wisdom of the hidden realms for my dear Pisces viewers. So, do we have any messages for Pisces? Okay, we have the ringmaster scrutiny. So you need to see the devilish behavior here with discernment, clear vision, and details. Like really see the truth. It's time to see the mices here that's eating away on your foundation, like making you this unstable. See whenever people or situation is making you fall out of balance, and really investigate that situation with this magnifying glass. Like look really closely. Okay, what exactly happened? So you will get more and more aware and more awake, and you can make judgment over the situation as well, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is to see what's going on. You also have the web weaver, so synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. And this is what I was talking about. You are in the web of creation, so whatever you do, every word you say, every deed you do is woven into the web of creation, and it will be there for eternity. And when you change your ways, it's like the melody in the web will resonate different with around you. It's like a new melody will be played, and people and circumstances in your life that's not in tune with this frequency or this melody, they will like fade away, and the people that's in tune with your melody, they will be attracted by this. So it might be a change within your like with the people you are seeing. You might be like going away from people that's not in your frequency anymore. And also this will spread, as I said, your frequency will spread like rings on water, and also help them that's still unconscious. So you do a good deed just by waking up yourself. And also past life oracle card. So we have the orphan there, and food and hunger. So this is why you have been compromising yourself to be with victims, to be with victims or be with perpetrators, because it's this unrequited love, and you want to have your needs met. The devil in the center is all about your needs, denied needs. So sometimes we can get a very cold demeanor because we don't want to acknowledge our needs. So we become perpetrators, cold and detached, because we are covering our wounds. But this is the time when you need to see this and start giving yourself this what you need. Start to give yourself stability, comfort, solidity. Put up borders, hold those borders. Don't let people invade your space. Start to give yourself this sense of security. It will start filling your needs. When you align with yourself, you will start loving yourself as well. And what I said, you will vibrate with a different tone. So you won't be this orphan, this hungry orphan, vibrating for like, whomever wants to love me, please come. You are going to vibrate in another dimension, like I love myself, and I'm strong, and I respect myself. So only people that gives me respect and love, and that I can love on an equal whole way, is going to be attracted to my space. So you need to make this sacrifice, this hole that you have. You want to be filled with people that actually loves you, not people that fake love you or use your weaknesses with not having had this love during maybe when you were growing up. So now it's time to give yourself this, and it will be a pause between things are spinning on again, and you will attract the right kind of people that actually you don't have to be hungry with, and you will never feel excluded from. Your soul family. This is also Leo in North Node, finding your soul family because you have found yourself. So, okay. My dear Pisces, I hope this helped. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the middle of June. Okay, bye-bye.